If you're looking for ways to promote your nonprofit for Giving Tuesday, then this video is for you. If you're new here, my name is Digital Sargeant. I am the creator of Digital Sargeant, and I own a digital marketing agency. I have been in the industry for more than 13 years, and I decided to put together a video to help nonprofits with Giving Tuesday. But really, you can use these tips all year round to help you prepare for the next Giving Tuesday so you have an even stronger campaign. Also, don't forget, I have a complete download that's 100% free. I'm not asking for your email address or anything. Just go to my website, click the button, you get this guide, and it'll give you all of these tips in a written format that you can go over and share with your team and collaborate and talk about it and build upon it. So, without further ado, let's dive in to these handful of tips to help you with Giving Tuesday. This week, I'm going to be giving tips all about Giving Tuesday to help nonprofits maximize and become prepared for Giving Tuesday. So far I have like 7 tips I'm going to spread out over the course of a couple of videos. So definitely check back and, watch them if you are interested in all 7. So the very first tip I'm going to give you it might be the most important tip, and that is make it possible for people to donate to you in multiple ways. I see a lot of nonprofits when it comes to Giving Tuesday, they just rely on Facebook. Sometimes Facebook doesn't match, or they hang on to the funds for an extended period of time. So start thinking of ways now to make it possible for people to donate in multiple ways, whether that's on your website, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, Facebook too, other ways. Make it easy for them. One of the nonprofits that I worked with last year implemented these 2 things. So the first thing was what I talked about in the first video, which is multiple ways to give, not just relying on Facebook for multiple reasons. One, Facebook can tie up your funds. Not everybody likes Facebook, and just creating different ways for people to give. The second thing, and this was like a huge movement that they saw, was creating a list on Amazon of things that your nonprofit needs. And they saw like a huge uptick in people going to the Amazon list and purchasing things to help the nonprofit throughout the year. Another thing that you can do if you need specific things like donations, like maybe you need like blankets or sweaters or like used toys or something like that, you can create a way for people to know that and donate. And also you can create a volunteer pledge. So maybe they don't want to purchase anything, but they can pledge their time to volunteer with you in the future. Another tip to help nonprofits with Giving Tuesday is to start thinking about your social media content now. Start creating impact statements, history statements. Start informing the general public now about how your nonprofit has helped or changed the community, and you're going to want to recycle that content until Giving Tuesday. And in reality, you should probably be recycling this content throughout the year, but waiting until last minute, that's like, oh, here's our nonprofit, here's what we do, it's a little too last minute. Now is the time to start nurturing those relationships, start noodling them, and start educating your public about your nonprofit and how your nonprofit is doing really great things. Today's tip to help nonprofits with marketing, specifically with Giving Tuesday in mind, but this is something that they can use all throughout the year, but if they start it now, it will be very smart of them, is to consider user-generated content. So find people that you have directly impacted and directly helped and ask them to create content for you. That way it gives a different perspective to your ideal audience. So instead of your audience only hearing about you and how great you are, they're going to hear it from another person. So adding this into your content strategy is like super smart. Ideally for Giving Tuesday, you should have a handful of these prepared and ready to go, but this is something that you could do throughout the year, so that way you're always showing people how you're making a difference and they're hearing it from a different voice and perspective. Another Giving Tuesday tip is to create an environment where your audience can literally be a walking billboard for you. So maybe this is giving them things to post online about your business, having them change your profile picture with like a banner that says I support, the name of your nonprofit. profile, like the banner image on social media. Ask them to wear your swag like on every Tuesday between now and Giving Tuesday, and then on Giving Tuesday, like go big with it. Just really creating scenarios where they are walking billboards for you and for your organization. So pulling out swag, giving it to them, encouraging them, and repetition is really important here because you're going to need to ask them to do this a lot, and then they'll start to participate and you'll start to see it. So definitely start this one now. Another Giving Tuesday tip is to reach out to local media companies. So I'm talking about like magazines, news clippers, out front, like billboards, just like a bunch of different media companies, and ask them like, hey, what do you do if nobody purchases the media spot, for the month? Is there an opportunity for pro bono space? Introduce yourself, you're a nonprofit, how you help out in the community, and there could be an opportunity for you to get free advertising space. It doesn't matter like where it is or what it is. The goal is just to get featured, and to give you an opportunity to get even more eyeballs on your nonprofit relatively for free. So I would definitely start looking into that now and like build those relationships, and maybe that's something that can benefit you not just for Giving Tuesday, but onward. Another Giving Tuesday tip is to start engaging with your current audience now and start creating relationships with your ideal target audience. So a lot of times what happens is that people will build their social media presence and then they'll get followers, but they don't like re-engage with them. So then when it comes time to ask them for something like money, it gets a little bit awkward. So it's always really good to nurture those relationships as they come into social media, but also take the time to go out on social media and find your ideal target audience, your supporters, your donors, or people who need help, and start cultivating relationships with them. So social media is not just one-sided. You don't just post content. It's important to create those relationships and nurture them and build upon them. It's very important, not just for Giving Tuesday, but onward. Okay, so we're going to wrap up this Giving Tuesday series with this last tip. I'm going to call this like a bonus tip, and that is to start thinking about ways to get reviews for your nonprofit. So whether that's on Google Business Profile, Nextdoor, Facebook, people writing in, filling out surveys, like whatever the case may be, getting people to write reviews about your nonprofit or about like any business in general is gold for your business that you can then turn around and use in a handful of different ways. So definitely build up that like reputation online for your business in the way of asking for reviews. There's no reason why a nonprofit can't have 5-star reviews on all of the channels, just like a B2B or B2C business. So don't miss out on that opportunity, and definitely diversify on where you're getting those reviews because not everybody uses the same platforms.